Hello everyone, this is Kelly and I'd like to welcome you back to the Honeybee Stamps YouTube channel and day 3 of our vintage holiday release, coming to honeybeestamps.com on October the 14th. The first little collection I have to share with you today starts with these merry little mice. As you can see, there's all types of little mice doing different types of holiday activities. Everything from putting mail into the mailbox, singing Christmas carols, hiding in a little teacup and in a stocking, to decorating the Christmas tree. There's all types of little accessories as well, like little letters, the musical notes, gifts, and a little wedge of cheese. And I love this little mouse here peeking out of the cute little Christmas stocking. There's also a coordinating die set that goes along with Merry Little Mice. As you can see by looking at that large die set, there's everything you need. It's going to cut out every single image in that stamp set. So fun and so easy to build a cute little mousy holiday scene. And to go along with the Merry Little Mice and their coordinating dies, there's also a great sentiment set called Merry Christmas. So lots of fun, cute little punny mouse greetings like Merry Christmas, naughty or mice, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. Have a very mice holiday, have a mice day. May the little things bring you joy this season. Have a cheesy holiday, and then lots more, like no peeking. I like that one as well. And so again, this sentiment set is called Merry Christmas and has the coordinating dies. So it's going to cut out all of those great sentiments. And then the mice are called Merry Little Mice, and that has a coordinating die set as well. Now here's a card by Design Team member Alba using that cute little mouse tucked down inside of the stocking. I love how she's added our pattern paper, a little pom-pom to the mouse's hat, added that to a tag with some twine and ribbon. Next is our classic size buzzword Christmas with lots of those mix and match greetings to go with the large scripty word. So we have From Our Family to Yours, Merry Christmas, Happy Christmas, Wishing You, and Blessings. Now, there's also a coordinating die set that is 3 pieces with the Christmas scripty word, a basic shadow, and then a larger pierced shadow. We also have the new holiday edition to our Bitty Buzzwords. So included in this Bitty Buzzword set, there's Christmas, Believe, Wish, Holiday, Cherish, Joy, and Merry. Now, I want to show you the size difference between our classic buzzwords and then the Bitty Buzzwords. There's also lots of mix and match sub-sentiments in this set as well, so you can mix and match those on the outside or on the inside of your card. There's also a coordinating die set that includes all of those Bitty Buzzwords cut in that beautiful scripty font, and then a basic shadow with each one. Now the next stamp and coordinating die set will help everyone get in the mood to ring in the new year, and this is New Year Cheers. You can see that there's everything that you need to create the perfect New Year's party. There's the clock on midnight, there's fireworks, a New Year banner, there's little champagne bottles and champagne glasses with little fizzies in the top. There's cupcakes and balloons. There's also a coordinating die set that's going to cut out every one of those cute New Year Cheers images. Now to create the perfect New Year's scene, there's also a stencil set, and these are layering fireworks. So I'm going to get these out and pull them out of the package. This is a double stencil or a 2 stencil set, and you can layer these any way that you would like, just to add color and background and fun and sparkle onto your New Year's or any type of card actually. These would be really cute for a birthday or any type of celebration. And these were designed to mix and match together, whether you're brushing on any of your inks or your glitter paste or anything like that. So here's a basic example of how these will mix and match together. And then I also have a couple of examples. Here's one with ink with glitter paste spread over the top, and you can see all the nice fun and sparkle. And then here is one turned horizontally, filled all around the sides. All you need is a great greeting, and this card will be all done. Next up is our cheers buzzword. So we have cheer and cheers, and then lots of sub-sentiments like just a note to cheer you up, cheers, holiday clink, sending you to the new year, you did it, yay, and to you. Again, as with all of our classic buzzword sets, each of these words is going to have 3 dies. So you have that beautiful scripty word in each, a basic shadow, and then the larger pierced shadow. Okay, so I'm going to create a card today with some of the products that you've seen in this video. So I have some white Nina Solar White cardstock, and I am going to stamp that precious little mouse that is inside peeking out of the little teacup. I'm going to use my Honeybee Stamps Intense Black ink. This is a Copic friendly ink, and I am going to Copic color this sweet little mouse. Now I have that down in my MISTI so I can stamp it a couple of times to make sure I get a really nice, crisp, clean image. And after I stamp with any type of Copic friendly ink, before I take my ink to it or any type of alcohol markers, I always like to heat set that ink. That just helps to ensure that it's not going to bleed or spread when you take those markers to it, especially if you're going to color right after you stamp it. So I am going to color my mouse with several light warm gray markers. So that would be like a W00, a W1, and a W3, I believe. I'm leaving him really light. That is the darkest color there, which is a W3. And now I'm taking a lighter color and just kind of adding in and blending out that darker areas. And then I'm doing kind of a feathering, flicking motion inside to kind of mimic those areas and lines drawn in his ears. And then I'm just adding shading here and there while he is peeking right over the top of that little teacup. Now I'm going to take my W00 and I'm going to go over the whole little mouse. So I'm kind of blending everything out, but then coloring in and giving one little swipe of color with that lightest marker. This is going to keep my mouse really light in color so I don't get it too dark. And I've got him all finished up there. And now I'm going to color in his little muzzle there around his nose, and that is a W1. I just wanted it a little bit darker than the other areas. Now I'm taking a BG10 and coloring the teacup, and I'm flicking on marker from the edges, and that's to keep the darkest part of that coloring right there to the edge of those stamped lines, and I'm pulling that out to white. So it's going to go into no color or just the bare cardstock right around that little snowflake. I'm doing the same thing with the handle of the little teacup, and I'm coloring the darkest areas right there next to the cup where it would be joining into the side, getting right around those curls where it would have a little bit of shadow, and then just a wash of color, one layer right around the rest of the handle where it would keep that lighter. Anywhere I want to darken up, I just take my marker and add in some extra layers of color, and this makes it really easy to color. It's just one marker, and to get those darker shadowed areas, I'm just layering on the color. I'm going to color the inside of the little mug and make sure it's a little bit darker than the outside. And then after I get that done, I'm ready to add some R30 to his cute little cheeks and to the insides of his little ears. I'm going to take the coordinating die and make sure it's all lined up and ready to go. and just take a little bit of washi tape to hold that down and run it through my die machine. Now, anytime I use a washi tape or a really sticky purple tape, I always like to pull the tape back up on itself. You can kind of see me roll it back because I don't want to take the chance of tearing my little image or whatever I have colored by tearing the tape off. Okay, now I'm going to do a background for my cute little mouse in a teacup, and I have some white cardstock, and this is spun sugar ink. It's a great pink oxide. I have my Honeybee Stamps blending brushes, and then I'm going all around the edges being darker, and then I'm fading that out and leaving a white space in the center to have my little mouse and his little teacup. Okay, now I am ready to set up my sentiment here, and I am using that Merry Christmas sentiment set that pairs so nicely with the Merry Little Mice. And I am going to stamp not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse, onto some pink cardstock. Now this pink cardstock is just a little bit darker than the spun sugar that I blended onto that front panel of the card. And I'm inking that up with Versamark watermark ink, and so I can heat emboss right over the top of that with silver embossing powder. Once I get all my embossing powder set up on there and knocked off, kind of tap it off just a little bit, I'm going to take my heat tool and make sure that the embossing powder is all nice and glossy and set up. I'm going to take the coordinating dies from that Merry Christmas sentiment set, and again I'm just going to use a little bit of washi tape to hold that down so I can safely run that through my die machine without it slipping this way and that. Now, to add a little extra sparkle and to kind of go with the snowflake that's on that cute little mug, I have cut some silver glitter paper and used our layering snowflake dies. Now, this is an older die set that is already available at honeybeestamps.com. And so I thought these were the perfect little bits of sparkle to go with my cute little mouse in his teacup. So I'm just layering on those silver glitter snowflakes. I'm adding each of those snowflakes into place with the Be Creative Precision Tip liquid glue and my reverse tweezers. Once I get those all set into place, I'm ready to add a little bit of foam adhesive to the back of the little mouse in the teacup and add that right into the center of that ink blended card panel. I just need to remove that release paper from the back of the adhesive and then set that cute little mouse into the open area that I left on the front of my card. Now I am using some narrow strips of foam on the back portion of the sentiment, and I just need to trim off a little bit so it doesn't hang over the edge. And then again, I'm just going to remove the little release papers on the back of those strips of adhesive. And again, I'm just going to use my reverse tweezers to add the sentiment onto the front of the card and place that exactly where I need it to go. Now, using my liquid adhesive again, I'm just going to add my whole ink blended panel onto a white top folding card base. I like to have a little bit of the card base peeking out and adding an extra layer to the front of my card. And I can fold this up, give it another little squeeze down with my bone folder, and then I'm going to add some white gems onto the front of this to look like a little bit of snowfall. And these are from the Vintage Holiday Gem Pack. These are self-adhesive gems. There are 300 in each package, and they perfectly match our Vintage Holiday 6x6" paper pad. So I like to use a pen blade when applying these because I can slip the blade, it's a little craft knife, right under each a little bit of adhesive and each gem. And it allows me to pick those up and transfer them right onto the card front wherever I want them to go. So the first part is I add some little gems to the tips of the little snowflake. And then I'm going to add some randomly into the background and just kind of scatter them around in between those other glittery silver snowflakes. Once I get all of those little white gems added to the background, this card is all finished. You can see all of the dimension, all the ink blending there in the background, and then all the sparkle with those layering snowflakes. Now here's a close-up look at my card today using the Merry Little Mice and the Merry Christmas sentiments. Thank you guys so much for joining me today for day 3 of products in our vintage holiday release. I hope you'll join me tomorrow for day 4, and make sure you check out all of our social media sites for lots more inspiration. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye bye.